Welcome to Basic Biostatistics 2. I'm Noel Barengo. I work as Assistant Professor at the Department of Medical and Population Health Science Research at the College of Medicine in Florida at the Florida International University. It's been a pleasure to provide this course in the last 10 years, and I really hope you can enjoy Basic Biostatistics 2 and the SPSS program. This is my baby brother, Rafael Barengo. He has been working on the technical development of Moodle, of the design and the program of this course. Please direct all technical questions to him. Problems with Moodle, problems with the quiz, resetting the quiz, just send him an email and he's gonna take care of it. This course gonna work with original data derived from the Santa Claus Super Study, a study conducted in the north of Finland in Korvadundri. As you know, as in every year, the students usually are already waiting for the arrival of Santa Claus. And as usual, Santa is very busy with all the arrangements he has to make in Korvadundri for next year's Christmas. Even it's 11 months ahead, he still has to prepare well in time to deliver all the presents to all the children. So we know that Santa has a lot of work to do, and that's why we understand that he can't do everything by himself. So he has a lot of help of his dwarfs who work in his factories and take care of all the administration and all the really work, the labor force of delivering and developing the presents. During the last years, Santa was worried because some of the dwarfs were in very bad shape and unable to work due to back pain. Some dwarfs were seen smoking during lunch breaks and visiting regularly the popular fast food restaurants nearby the factories, like Mac Santa or Klaus, and others very popular dining places in Korvadundri. Mrs. Santa Claus told him that those bad lifestyle habits can be very harmful for the health of the dwarfs and lead to a remarkable loss of productivity in Korvadundri, and this would be a terrible disaster for all the children. The good ones, of course. Many studies have been conducted in the field of occupational health, like surveys, trials, cohort studies, but this very important group of workers has been clearly neglected. No information can be found on PubMed or Medline or Google about the lifestyle habits of the hardworking dwarfs. Therefore, Santa Claus decided to carry out a baseline survey and a small intervention in Korvadundri to get more information about the health condition of the dwarfs. In his sample methods, he had a sample frame of 600 dwarfs. He randomly selected 60 dwarfs in order to be studied. As this was a pilot study, so he didn't really do sample size calculations, he just wanted to get some preliminary data of the dwarfs in order to design some basic interventions and to do some mini interventions to see if they're effective in reducing some of the risk factors of the dwarfs. This study, the method is, as you probably can know, a cross-sectional survey. It uses a self-administered questionnaire about socioeconomic, socio-demographic, and risk factors of diseases. He also managed to do some measurements with trained public health nurses from the University of Eastern Finland, so they measured at least blood pressure and the serum cholesterol levels. He also conducted a very small mini intervention to reduce blood pressure. You're going to see the data when you open SPSS. And he managed to, through record linkage, to link the personal data of the dwarfs to the diabetes register and the National Finnish Mortality Registries. So Santa has a request for you, and this is why we're actually here in the course. Besides, you're going to learn something about statistics, but he's very busy and a bit exhausted. He feels tired, he's overloaded with work. So he expected you're going to help him in analyzing the data he provided us in this course in order to find out what's the health problem is of the dwarfs working for him. You naturally promise him to help because you like to receive next Christmas more presents and even better presents, more expensive presents, more fancy presents, and in second hand probably like to get some course credits for this course. So, what are the rules and the outlines of the basic biostatistics course? You have a PDF file at the top of session 1, which I really encourage you to read before you do the course. There you have everything I'll tell you in written form and even more extensive form. First of all, this course consists of 10 sessions. There are going to be 9 exercises, 9 quiz, and 10 interactive forum. Session 1 does not have an exercise and does not have a quiz. However, you will need to prepare the data according to the instructions given and according to the videos I'm going to show you later on about how SPSS works and how we can categorize some variables in SPSS. The requirements are that you need SPSS installed and you need to have the basic knowledge about statistical tests. So I hope you have successfully passed Basic Biostatistics 1. This is the score schedule, so we're going to start on the 10th of January. The deadline for session 1 is the 12th of January. Then you have till the 16th of January time for session 2. In general, you have 4 days for each session. It's really important you keep that schedule in order to finish in time the course and not to delay. The final date of the course is 16th of February. By that time, I hope everybody has successfully passed this course. We're going to talk about Fisher chi-square tests, t-tests, ANOVA. I'm going to show you how to do graphs and figures in SPSS. We're going to explain correlation tests and linear regression analysis, as well as other statistical models such as multiple linear regression models, logistic regression, and survival analysis. In each of the sessions, starting from session 2, you're going to have a quiz and an exercise and a forum. The quizzes, you need to have the SPSS Santa Claus Super Study file open and SPS open. You're going to receive 5 questions and you have 20 minutes to answer the questions. Make sure to read carefully each question. For instance, if the question asks you a p-value or a test value, they're 2 different things, as you're going to learn. You have only 1 attempt for the quiz. If you have any technical problems and we can revise it from at our end, you can let us know and we may grant you a second chance to the quiz, but this has to be well justified by a technical problem you face. After the session deadlines, usually the quiz will be closed, and if you did not do the quiz, your score will be 0. So I really urge you to do the quiz. I urge you to do the quiz before the exercises, so you're going to be prepared as well for the exercises. The exercises you're going to have to upload on Moodle consist of 4 different tasks. Each exercise or each task give a maximal 2 points. This ends up with 8 points. If you finish the exercise before the deadline, you get 2 additional points, so the overall maximum score you can get are 10 points. The guidelines for the exercise are very clear. They have to be written in Word or any open document, RTF format or ODF format, font size 12, line spacing 1. In all tests you do in the exercises, please clearly state what was the null hypothesis of the study. For instance, there is no difference between the overweight and the normal weight dwarfs in regard blood pressure. Check and report with the assumptions of the test are held. Each test has some assumptions. I'm going to mention some of them during the videos, and I'm sure you should have some basic knowledge of the test assumptions from Basic Biostatistics 1. Report the p-value and let us know whether the p-value, according to the p-value, they accept or reject the null hypothesis. You can also report 95% confidence interval. In that case, please interpret them correctly as well. An interpretation after results after every table is important. So you show the table and you explain the results and you interpret the results in written form. At the end of each exercise or each task or each exercise, write an interpretation of all your results from Mrs. Santa using plain language. So this helps you to summarize the most important results for the layman, for people who do not understand about statistics. So don't write that the p-value was significant. Instead, write that the normal weight dwarfs had a lower blood pressure than the overweight dwarfs. This is something everybody will understand. Failure to write this one paragraph at the end of the exercises usually results in 1 point less in the overall score of the exercise. So make sure you add this very important paragraph at the end of each exercise. The exercise from each session have to be uploaded on the course page, and I suggest you to name the exercise according to the example given here. Exercise line, session number line, and your name. For instance, exercise session 1 Barengo. This helps me a lot to get organized and to correct the exercises. Once the deadline has passed and everybody has uploaded the exercise, I usually correct them and you get a feedback usually within 24 hours after uploading the exercises once the session deadline has been reached. This is how the course grade are given. The maximal points are 200 and we need at least 120 points to pass the course. That corresponds to 60%. A more detailed overview by the course grades you can find on the PDF document in session 1. Most important, I hope you're going to have a lot of fun and enjoy the course. I'll be connected by various media, so you can write me a WhatsApp message if you have a problem. You can send me an email, which is preferable. I also have a Facebook page if you'd like to know more or less or more information what I'm doing in my everyday life. Moodle has as well a forum, so I'm gonna start to write some blogs or some forum entries. The news forum is reserved for information about news, feedback from the exercise and other topics. Any one of you can start a forum entry, which is encouraged to discuss problems you have. Finally, there's an official forum to each of the session, and if you participate in the forum, you get 2 points. If you participate but not really contribute to the oral discussion, you're gonna get 1 point for the forum. So make sure you answer the questions in the forum, you participate actively. So this is gonna help us really to enjoy this course, and you're gonna see in the end that statistics or SPSS can be quite a lot of fun if you let it to be fun. Hope you enjoy and have a wonderful day.